cafe might have died in there.
Huh.
Because without 2 people, you just cannot go anywhere. It traps you in there, and then you can't do any of the puzzles.
How would you be able to do the cafe one and also defeat Majora? Doesn't it like...
It ends like within 3 hours of the moon dropping, but you still have time to go into the moon, for sure.
That'd be neat if somebody kind of figured out what would be the max you could do to help people. You know what I mean? Like, do the song of slowing time and then do the absolute max as the...
I'm definitely sure that there's playthroughs of that on YouTube. Like, if you look up, Majora's Math Perfect 3 days or something, I'm sure there's people out there who have done everything in one cycle.
That would be neat as heck. I always thought about that, though. I'm like, you beat Majora, but every time you reset... Technically, the swamp, for instance, is still messed up, right? Or no? Like the water's poison around the...
It just depends on if all those spirits leave with the defeat of Majora.
Makes sense.
But yeah, when you reset the time, the poison is swampy again, Snowhead is frozen over again. It just depends if defeating Majora solves that stuff inadvertently without you having to defeat the boss.
I suppose it could. It could.
So I think getting the spring water doesn't really matter, because at least we're probably gonna have to climb the cliff again, because we have to get the Goron lullaby, but saving the grandpa that's frozen, he won't teach you the lullaby without knowing that his son is crying. And the only way to get into the Goron village is to be the Goron and down ground pound to open the door. And just that amount of time, I think, no matter what, the hot spring water cools down. Which kind of sucks.
Also, this game does a really good job of giving you, for the transformations, the lamest to the second coolest to the coolest in order. I think Zora's the coolest. I don't know if that's a highly...
Yeah, Goron and Zora are both cool.
They're both cool, yes.
Goron is definitely more useful instead of just moving your butt. But Zora, has, still to this day has, the best, Zelda water controls. It's actually incredible that they have never implemented something like Zora Link in any Zelda since.
Really? Well, yeah, I guess that's true, because does Link ever, transfer anything?
Link gets, a Zora tunic in Twilight Princess, and the controls are, pretty decent in that game. And then in Skyward Sword, you don't get, a Zora tunic, but you get some, goddess blessings. Yeah, I just don't think you can, do the hot spring water in time. Alright, just to be sure, is the guy in this one? Okay. So definitely the day that you do it just depends on where the grandpa is, which is interesting.
That's pretty cool.
I'll show you where he is.
I just can't believe they made this game in 18 months.
Yeah.
It blows me away.
So if you do it on day 3 like I did, he is, he's in this one right here.
Oh, so he's, right.
And I had no idea for the longest time. I'm learning a bunch of stuff about this game, just playing it in, a kind of an unconventional way. And just, I never knew that he could not even be in the same area.
Oh, oh. I really want to replay, speaking of Zelda still. Hey, this is a game that, we can sit here for an hour and a half and just talk about Zelda because it's a very fun, interesting series. I think the most underappreciated Zelda game is Oracle of Ages and Seasons. I rarely hear people, really, really talk about them. And I understand that they were offshoots and they were... Oh, man, they were developed by Capcom?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
The Capcom also made Minish Cap.
But, man, they're really good. I feel like they take a lot of what was awesome about Link's Awakening and made a lot of things better. IMO. I think the only thing that would be a negative to me for that one would be that it's really hard to quote-unquote collect them all. So if you want to like 100% that game, there's like so many things that you can find. What?
I wonder if that's going to cool the spring water fast. Because
there's no way. That would be ridiculous attention to detail.
I hope not. Okay.
But there's so many things that you can like dig for and find all those different necklaces and such, and Oracle of Ages and Seasons.
There is some cool stuff in Oracle. The Oracle games, I definitely do like them a lot.
I just love the handheld ones. I do want to play Minish Cap sometime too. That seems like a very underappreciated one, but mostly because it came out like so late in the GBA's life. Did it come out after the DS was already out?
Wait, this guy is his father? Why is he like a crippled grandpa?
Whose father? The guy who was killed?
No. This guy that's telling us the Goron lullaby. He's the father of the little child.
Oh.
That's weird as crap. Why would he make... I mean, they're obviously making it that, like, he literally can't remember it. Like, he's supposed to be, like, 90 years old in human years. But he fathered a child? I mean, who knows how Gorons reproduce? They could just, like, molt their weird backs and just become the child.
I mean, Robert De Niro's almost 80 and he just had a kid. It's morally reprehensible, but it's possible. I do not remember this song at all. This quiets the child and then lets you go up into the
actual temple.
The actual temple. Is there anything else you use it for?
Nope.
Oh, I guess most in Ocarina of Time they had a song for literally each temple. So.
Yeah, but those are travel.
Yeah,
they're not like needed for anything other than just going there. And obviously they just consolidated that to the Song of Sword in this game, which is a lot more convenient.
So him forgetting that song when he remembered the first half, which is dun dun dun, and the second part is also dun. That's like
it's just dun 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 dun.
That's like someone forgetting, like the guy who was in Deep Purple's like, how's that go? Dun 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 dun. I don't remember the rest. It's what?
Yeah, even the Sonata of Awakening, which is used for getting into Woodfall, is used for a very weird harp piece. But I don't think the Goron... No, and the Sonata Awakening is used to wake up the pirate captain skeleton.
Oh, yeah. Dude, this game's actually, like, the more you talk about it, this game's pretty long.
Yeah.
Because there's that whole pirate thing. There's a lot of stuff to do with the Zora stuff, you know?
Yeah. The Kana Valley is pretty large.
Ooh, and there's the absolutely frightening Zora stuff where you have to go super deep and there's the eels and all that.
Yep.
That's the best thing, by the way. Best thing in video games is horror parts in non-horror games.
Really, the only part of this game that I genuinely dislike is the Ikana well part where you have to give all the Gibdos random crap. I think it's like a really poorly designed area.
I barely remember that.
But other than that, I think this game is just great.
That's actually going to be my CIB question of the day tomorrow on the Facebook is your favorite horror parts in non-horror games.
Alright, so we're about to get the Don Garo mask, and the Don Garo mask has to be the most convoluted harp piece in this entire game. So, first you have to know that you have to light up all the torches.
Every time I replay this game, I'm always like, what do I do here to get it?
Yeah, you have to do all the torches, and then it makes these Goron chandeliers, I don't know what they are, start to rotate, and then the rock sirloin is randomly in one of them. And the only way to break them is just rampaging into them. And it's just completely random.
Oh, so like even like when ZFG does this, it's just like, I hope it's in the first one.
Well, I'm sure that speedrunners know like exactly how it works. They probably have like a very specific like...
You're out of energy.
They're probably a very specific like movement tech that like they can guarantee that it'll be like the right one.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Or they can manipulate the RNG. Like knowing
I doubt there's any RNG. It's just mostly you have to like be positioned correctly and know what's happening, which I do not.
That one.
Oh! Awesome.
Got it.
Thank God I don't have to do all 5. That happened last time.
Delicious. Who do you give this to?
This is the guy by the blacksmith cabin. He has a Don Gero mask.
Oh, also, speaking of some of the most comfy parts in any Zelda game ever, I forget what they call the world, but the underworld in Oracle of... I think it's both ages and seasons, but definitely seasons. You know, where everyone's dressed in those, like, hoods and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And the music is so comfy, like, and the world is literally on fire with, like, volcanoes everywhere. And it's
I don't know what
super comfy.
I don't know what that place is called, but it's really cool. I also really like the dancing minigame that you do.
So good. Well, that's a way of taking... It's so brilliant because for that game, you have, for Oracle of Ages, you have A, B, and the D-pad. And they're able to do it where each D-pad is a specific move, so you have technically 6 moves it could be. Which just, I don't know, just really, really, really smart. Oracle of Ages and Seasons is good. Give it a try. It might be on Switch Online, I don't know. Hey, I have this mask. Isn't the Don Gero mask the one you have to wear to get that frog heart piece?
Yep.
Dude!
So you have to make the sun go to sleep and get the Goron lullaby. Then you have to do the puzzle where you activate the chandeliers. And then you have to get the rock sirloin and then give it to this guy and I mean, he says he's hungry, but the fact that you have to know that he wants rock sirloin and you have to come here and then get the Don Gero mask.
And then you have to find all 5.
And then you have to find all 5, which is replaying 2 mini-bosses, one in the Zora dungeon. It's just the most complicated heart piece of the game, by far.
I guess my complaint with that is I'm okay with stuff being, like, kind of complicated, but make it something worthwhile. Like, make it, like, I don't know, the largest arrow quiver or something like that, you know? Don't make it just a heart piece. Or make it the 4th bottle. There's 4 bottles in this game, right?
Yeah, there's 6.
Okay, make it the 6th bottle, because people like collecting those and all that. Lol. Yeah. I don't even think you lost a heart there. I might be wrong.
Not that it super matters.
Nah.
Give me energy. Give me energy.
No. Now it's just constantly giving it's trolling you.
It's kind of funny that the Stray Fairy reward for this dungeon is getting double energy, but right after you finish the Goron... Right after finishing Snowhead, you get access to Chateau Romani, which gives you infinite magic, so it's kind of a pointless upgrade. So this did not take super long.
You can continue, I'm fine.
I do want to... we have to finish Snowhead on day 1, because we have to get the Gilded Sword. But I'm just going to go to day 3, finish the Lover's Bomb minigame, and then I guess we'll just do Snowhead Temple.
Okay.
It's really not that long of a dungeon. Nope. Boom.
Wait, this one's just shooting arrow?
Yeah, this one's the easiest.
That's so weird.
Even with me sucking crap at aiming, it's like this
And
is
they
the
give you
easiest.
like a minute or something like that?
45
That's insane.
seconds or something? A minute, yeah.
Oh no! Oh god, like, can you shoot them? Based. Goes right through them. Insane. You're gonna have like 40 seconds left.
Oh, come on. Did you see how close it was?
Dude, you missed a million times and you had like 38 seconds
Yeah,
left. That's crazy.
The bomb chew one is the hardest by far. Once you have that, like, the bomb one is like a little tiny bit annoying. What? Some kid wins the minigame you have and it's like, honey, are we truly happy?
No, that's every arcade when you come in to cash in your tickets and they're like, what?
So for some reason, you can only get the heart piece if you do this as Goron Link. The minigame girl kind of implies that she's like, thinks you're hot, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, this minigame girl is definitely, in my opinion, weirder than the back scratching guy. Like, the back scratching guy is funny. This girl's like, hey, baby.
Oh my god!
What?
God, to your luck!
Is it RNG?
It is completely RNG.
Holy crap.
That was like goddess of god tier RNG. Sweet. Okay.
That's crazy. Girl, you okay? I like
definitely the bomb mini girl is weirder as an NPC, but I just am fascinated with the back scratch guy. It's just the weirdest idea.
No, yeah, absolutely. All right, here's one. Imagine Deku Link standing next to Goron Link. Ready? 6 foot versus 5'11".
This guy's 6 foot.
6 foot 0. Other Goron Link is 5'11". I'd like to assume he does not die.
No, he's completely... If you come back after finishing Snowhead, he's there, and he talks to you, and he's like, hey, thanks for waking me up, or making me go to sleep or whatever.
Huh.
If you remind me, I'll do that.
Okay. I'm reminding you.
I specifically want to definitely do that because I don't want to forget the Stray Fairy reward.
Well, that's also true. I'll do my best.
Bye!
And it's 100% impossible to get up.
Oh, right. I have
What?
to cycle reset.
It's 100% impossible to get up there without putting him to sleep, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much impossible. I mean, if you do, like, a very hard-looking glitch, you can do it, but it is...
Well.
First of all, you have to do the fairy fountain glitch where you, like, clip out of bounds, and then all the fairy fountains are connected together. So you find the Snowhead one. And then the second you come out of Snowhead Temple, you have to do ISG so you don't get flung off the edge. And then from there, it looks like it's, like, so annoying. Like, even when I see, like, ZFG doing it a couple times, it seems like he really struggles with it. It looks really hard. And if it looks hard for him, it would take me 10 billion years.
Oh!
And I have to invert time. Gotta invert time.
Dude, I wish there was just a song I could play to get Julian to sleep. Although he's been like asking to. He's probably going through a growth spurt because he's been asking to sleep like more and earlier, which is definitely something that happens with babies. Like sometimes all of a sudden they're like, I just need to sleep all the time, and it's like, okay.
Good.
Like we try to get him to last till 6:30 at night p.m. And today at like 5:45 he just kept going, night night Baba, night night Baba, and I was like, all right. I was trying to get to like 6:15, dude, but here we go. Let's go. Which, hey, that's not so bad.
No!
They even put the little ramp there.
Why did it's supposed to bounce off? Alright, I'm just gonna not press or not hold A when I get there.
You could also just walk up it.
No.
Literally.
It's supposed to bonk you off. That's how it's designed.
Yesterday, they had the 4th of July thing yesterday at our aunt and uncle's house, and Ben was there, and for some reason the topic came up of David Lynch, and I told him about how the people who made, I think I've probably said this before, who made Gravity Falls begged him to come on for one episode, and he said no, even though the show is completely 1,000% based off of Twin Peaks, and how he ended up being like a true guest star on Cleveland show for like 35 episodes. And I'm like, dude, that was just a man that, like, if you thought he was going to do something, he was absolutely going to do the opposite.
Yep.
And there's literally nothing you could do about it. If you thought he was going to zig, he was going to zag. And the funny thing is, I don't know why you would have, for any reason, watched Gravity Falls, but it's a really good show. It's actually a good cartoon. And it has, like, some of the craziness of Twin Peaks and whatever. It's a good show. So it's not like it was some crap show that was like, Mr. Lynch, please, you know. It was a good show, and he was like, no, I do not think I will be on that show.
Can I have some arrows, please?
No. Oh, God. I'm like... You know what this reminds me of?
The first go-around of this dungeon is pretty confusing, but once you know what's happening, I honestly think I can do this in less than 30 minutes.
This reminds me of every time you walk in a room in Prince of Persia Sands of Time.
Give me that arrow.
You know how they'll do that? They'll show the entire room in Sands of Time, and you're like,
Yep.
Speaking of, when we do in Sands of Time?
Someday.
Eventually, TM.
I think my thing about that is that not only do you have to, like, memorize everything so it's not, like, boring, but that game is, like, pretty atmospheric in terms of, like, really not,
like, there's a lot going on, but not a lot going on.
Yeah, it can be very atmospheric and not, like, barely even, like, music plays a lot. And I remember being frustrated with the combat.
I like how when you come into this temple, in 2 seconds you know exactly what item you're gonna get. You're like, everything is iced up. I wonder what fire arrows I'm going to get.
It is kind of weird that all the Majora's Mask dungeon rewards are just like, the first one is bow and arrow, which is, you know, a staple. But then it's just fire arrow, then ice arrow, then light arrow.
Oh, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's just all bow and arrow stuff.
Huh.
Pretty odd decision. I understand why they did it, especially since the mask transformations are more of a focus in the game.
Well, and then also they have like stuff like the hook shot you need for like the pirate part, if I remember correctly. So I get it. Once again, it's like less specifically dungeon focused and more of like the focus on getting to the dungeon that seems to be more important.
Yeah. And then once you're
Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that.
Once you're in the dungeon, they mostly want you to use the transformations. I mean, that's a gimmick of the entire game.
I mean, if you think about it, comparatively to a lot of the older Zelda games, you would walk around and you would find a dungeon and be like, oh, what's this? And you would go in, you know. Some stuff was different. Like, you know, Link to the Past, some of them you had to unlock in some ways and whatever. And Ocarina of Time, you always at least had to, like, find it, but... I'm thinking of Zelda 1, where you would just walk on by and you'd be like, Dungeon number 3, huh? Interesting. Also, that, Wolf is the worst fighter in the world. He literally, like, goes to swing at you, immediately turns his back the whole way to you.
Yeah, and that's the hidden tech of... That's how you get through it super fast. whenever you see criticisms for Ocarina of Time, they're usually like, the combat is so weighty, you just have to wait for openings. And it's usually just, they display...
what, the Staphos or whatever?
That wolf fight, because if you do it, like, quote-unquote as intended, it's kind of takes a while and you have to slash it, like, 3 or 4 times. But what you really should do is, like, let it do it, and then it shows its back to you, and then it's an instant kill. Like, they programmed it that way.
Oh, wow.
Intentionally.
I did not know that.
So whenever I see, like, infamously, Game Grumps, Egoraptor made, like, a big video being like, Ocarina of Time kind of sucks and is overrated, and, like, all of his, criticisms were just, like, him being bad more than anything.
Rip. You know, that reminds me of a kind of interesting subject, kind of related to that. Do you remember the video game magazine EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, or Game Pro, either of them?
Yeah.
So they would have different, like, editors, different writers, different reviewers, and they would give... This sounds like stupid simple, but they would give